Why on earth would anyone spend extra money on a standalone streaming box in 2026? Think about it. You just dropped $1,000 or more on a gorgeous, ultra-thin 4K Smart TV. It already has Netflix, YouTube, Disney+, and a sleek voice-activated remote built right into the box. Buying an Apple TV feels like buying a separate steering wheel for a car that already has one. That is exactly what I thought, and I avoided buying one for years. But then, Ming-Chi Kuo just leaked some crazy details about Apple's upcoming living room strategy. And suddenly, it all clicked. The current hardware, combined with what's coming, finally makes Apple TV worth it. I genuinely believe this little black box is the most criminally underrated piece of hardware Apple makes today. Stick around, because I'm going to break down the dirty little secret the TV industry doesn't want you to know, and why this device is an absolute must-have if you are deep in the Apple ecosystem. 055, The Body Part 1, The Dirty Secret of the TV Industry. Before we talk about Apple, we need to talk about the massive scam happening in your living room right now. I want you to answer this honestly. When was the last time you turned on your smart TV, opened the YouTube app, and it didn't stutter, lag, or make you wait for a spinning wheel? Exactly. Here is the thing nobody talks about when you are standing in the electronics aisle, mesmerized by those insanely bright OLED and QLED displays. TV manufacturers are hiding a dirty little secret. The display panels are world-class, absolutely stunning engineering marvels. But the actual computer powering that display? The chip running your operating system? It is complete and utter garbage. I'm not exaggerating. Most premium TVs are running on processors that cost the manufacturer less than $5. They are severely underpowered, outdated chips paired with a bloated, heavy operating system. They slap in the cheapest silicon they can legally get away with, throw a smart TV sticker on the box, and ship it out. The result? Your brand new TV feels incredibly snappy for the first 3 months. But then the cache fills up, the apps get updated, and suddenly, you are mashing the arrow keys on your remote just praying for Netflix to open. It feels like you are navigating through thick mud. And that's not even the worst part. 230, The Body Part 2, The Ad Nightmare and the Apple Solution. My biggest pain point wasn't even the lag. It was the ads. I used to run a premium Android TV and an Amazon Fire TV stick. I would sit down, turn on the TV, and before I could even pick up my drink, a massive, unskippable trailer for a show I have zero interest in would start blasting at maximum volume. You are basically paying a premium price to put a digital billboard inside your own house. That was my breaking point. And that is exactly where the Apple TV steps in and completely changes the game. Apple did something radically different. Instead of cutting corners and using cheap TV chips, they took the exact same powerhouse silicon that they put inside the iPhone and dropped it straight into this tiny black box. The moment you boot up the Apple TV, you feel the difference immediately. tvOS is, without question, the cleanest, fastest, and most intuitive television interface on the market. There are no full-screen auto-playing ads. There is no bloatware. Just a beautifully laid-out grid of your apps, running at a buttery smooth 60 frames per second. Switching between apps, fast-forwarding through a timeline, or loading up a 4K movie is instantaneous. It is basically a brain transplant for your television. 4 o'clock The Body Part 3, The Ecosystem Magic and Secret Features. But sheer speed is only half the story. The real reason this device is so sticky and why it has completely taken over my living room is the ecosystem integration. If you are holding an iPhone right now, the Apple TV acts like a seamless extension of the device in your pocket. Let me give you my favorite example. TV remotes always get lost. It is a law of physics. When I sit down on the couch with my food, and the remote is all the way across the room, I am not getting up. I just swipe down on my iPhone control center, tap the remote icon, and control the entire TV directly from my phone screen. It even automatically pops up the iPhone keyboard to type out search queries, completely eliminating that agonizing letter-by-letter typing with a D-pad. There is the color balance feature. TV calibration usually requires expensive equipment or paying a professional. With the Apple TV, you just hold your iPhone up to the TV screen. The iPhone uses its front-facing camera and Face ID sensors to read the color output of your TV, compares it to industry standards, and automatically adjusts the Apple TV's video output to give you perfect, cinematic color accuracy. It takes under a minute, and the difference in shadows and skin tones is mind-blowing. And what about late-night watching? You want to watch an action movie, but the rest of the house is sleeping. Pop in your AirPods, and they instantly connect to the Apple TV with spatial audio. You get a full Dolby Atmos surround sound home theater experience blasted directly into your ears without waking up a single person. 615, The Body Part 4, Console-Level Gaming. Surprisingly, nobody talks about the gaming potential of this thing. Because it has iPhone-level silicon inside, it is a legitimate casual gaming console. You can pair a PlayStation 5 or Xbox controller directly to it via Bluetooth. With Apple Arcade, you can play titles that look fantastic on a big 4K screen with zero latency. But the ultimate hack? I use an app called Steam Link. Because I own a powerful gaming PC, I can wirelessly stream heavy PC games directly to the Apple TV and play them right from the couch. It handles it flawlessly. 730, the ending, pricing and the final verdict. So, let's talk about the price. Is it worth dropping the cash when you already have a smart TV? The Wi-Fi only 64GB model sits around $129. There is also a $149 version that adds an Ethernet port and doubles the storage to 128GB. Honestly, unless you are downloading massive games natively to the box, the 64GB base model is plenty for 99% of people since everything is streamed anyway. I grabbed the Ethernet version specifically for PC game streaming, where a hardwired connection is absolutely necessary to prevent latency. But for standard watching, the base model is perfect. To wrap this up, the Apple TV is absolutely worth it. It is not just a luxury accessory, it is a fundamental upgrade to how you consume media. It turns a frustrating, laggy, ad-filled experience into something premium, lightning fast, and deeply integrated with the tech you already own. Once you experience how a TV is supposed to feel, going back to a built-in Smart TV interface feels like stepping back into the Stone Age. What do you guys think? Are you dealing with a laggy Smart TV right now, or have you already made the switch to an Apple TV? Let me know down in the comments. And if you want to see exactly how I turned this little box into a full-fledged gaming console using Steam Link, click the video right here on the screen where I walk you through the entire setup. See you over there.